simple tenses like present simple, past simple, future simple, we are not using any forms of be. In the continuous tense, like present continuous, past continuous, future continuous, we will be using the being. Being is the present participle form of be, right? And in the perfect tenses, that is present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect, what are we using? We are using been, been, right? So ये थोड़ा सा याद रखिए, and this will also be followed in the past tense. Past tense में भी हम ये rule follow करेंगे, okay? Just that the auxiliary will be in past tense. अगर आप यहाँ पे देखेंगे passive voice, in all the passive voice sentences we are using V3. हम V3 का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं हर एक जो हमारा पैसिव वॉइस है उसमें. V3 किस में इस्तेमाल हो रहा है? फिर जो मेन वर्ब है, द एक्शन वर्ब ऑफ द सेंटेंस इन द पैसिव वॉइस is always in the V3 form, that is the past participle form, right? So what shows the tense? The auxiliary shows the tense. कौन सा चीज हमें tense दिखाता है sentence का? Auxiliary हमें tense दिखा रहा है sentence का, कि sentence का tense क्या है. So is, am, are कौन सा tense है? Obviously हमारा present tense है, right? So अगर present tense में है passive voice, तो हमारा auxiliary जो है वो is, am, are होगा, वो प्रेजेंट टेंस में होगा. तो अगर हम पास्ट टेंस में जाए तो हम सेम फॉर्मूला यूज करेंगे जो हमने प्रेजेंट टेंस के लिए सीखा है. सिंपल प्रेजेंट, प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस, प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट, जो भी हमने सीखा है फॉर्मूला, वी विल यूज द सेम फॉर्मूला इन द पास्ट टेंस एज वेल. चेंज क्या होगा? व्हाट विल बी द डिफरेंस? ओनली द ऑक्सिलरी विल बी डिफरेंट. सिर्फ और सिर्फ हमारा ऑक्सिलरी चेंज होगा. जैसे हम V3 इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं वैसे ही करेंगे, जैसा हमारा स्ट्रक्चर है वैसा ही रहेगा, जैसा हम कंटिन्यूअस में बीइंग इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, जैसे हम परफेक्ट टेंस में बीन इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं वैसे ही करेंगे. फिर चेंज क्या हो रहा है प्रेजेंट से पास्ट में? पैसिव वॉइस में सिर्फ और सिर्फ ऑक्सिलरी का टेंस चेंज हो रहा है. द ऑक्सिलरी बिकम्स past. Okay, this is the only thing you have to remember. So try and understand this thing. Just don't try to mug up. थोड़ा सा समझ जाइए तो फिर I think it will be easier for you to remember. Okay, just once more I'll just repeat this. If you guys have any questions, अगर कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, please ask. Okay, so हमारा जो simple present tense है उसमें हम be का कोई भी फॉर्म इस्तेमाल नहीं करते हैं, राइट? पैसिव में जब हम चेंज कर रहे हैं सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस को, तो बी का कोई भी फॉर्म हम इस्तेमाल नहीं करते हैं. जब हम प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हो, जब उसको हम पैसिव में चेंज कर रहे हो, then what do we do when we are changing the present continuous or present progressive into passive? Then we are using the word being, B-E-I-N-G, that is the ing form of be, right? And when we are using the perfect present perfect tense, then we are using the word been, B-E-E-N, right? Remember this thing. Okay, simple present, no use of be. Present continuous, we are using being, the present participle form of be. And in present perfect, we are using been, B-E-E-N, right? Now, what else? In all the passive voices, whichever passive voice you pick up, the main verb, the action verb of the sentence will always be in V3. Okay, yes, any question? Ananya and Shailinda, I can see you are unmuted. Okay. If you guys have any questions, you can ask. Okay. All right. So we can also see, yes?
Ma'am, sometime we could not solve the question and we could not assess either it is passive or active. We generally all our students who are attending the classes since then, they definitely they have confused while making the passive voice. I also confused always whether it is active voice or passive voice.
Okay.
So,
So, yes.
yes, ma'am. Continue.
When it is passive voice, okay, I'll come to your question. Okay, Manju, one second. Let me just explain this. I'm coming to your question.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So as I was saying, in all passive voices, the main verb or the action verb is always in V3, right? It is always in the third form of the verb, that is past participle form. Okay. Then how do we know the tense of the passive voice? फिर passive voice का tense हमें कैसे पता चलता है? It's through the auxiliary. Always through the auxiliary we get to know the tense of the passive voice. Okay, so इसीलिए why am I explaining this? Because we have done the present tense, right? Present tense हमने बिल्कुल कर लिया है. Present tense में जो auxiliary था, whatever auxiliary we were using in the present passive sentences, we will just change them into past tense to make the passive sentences. So past का जो formula है वो same है present tense के तरह बिल्कुल same. It's completely same as the present tense, right? Then what is the difference? The auxiliary will be different. Only the auxiliary will be different. We will just use the past tense of the auxiliary. Okay, remember this. This is why I was explaining. Okay, and Manju has a question: how to understand or identify if a sentence is active or passive. Let me say, I eat a mango. And if I say a mango is eaten, and I'm not writing by, okay, because passive sentences might not take agents. It is possible that we might not take agents for the action. So I'm not writing by me. Okay, यहाँ पे by me होना चाहिए, पर मैं लिख नहीं रही हूँ. So how to identify if this is an active sentence or a passive sentence? It's very simple, right? You just have to identify the verb. बस verb आप identify कीजिए. Eat is the verb in the first sentence. Eaten is the verb in the second sentence, right? So now that you have identified the verb, you have to see on what the verb is working. Verb जो है वो किस पर काम कर रहा है? On whom is it working? Here, eat is working on the mango, right? Eat is working on the mango. So we know that this, because the verb is working on the object of the sentence, the verb is working on the object of the sentence and the subject is doing the action, right? Subject, verb, object, flow of action. That is why this is active sentence. Okay. And in this sentence, is eaten. On whom is the verb working? The verb is working on the subject, a mango. So because the verb is working on the subject, it is performing the action on the subject, we know that it is a passive sentence. All right. And another very easy way of understanding this is if you can add by someone. If you can add by someone at the end of the sentence, then it is definitely passive. ओके, अगर बाय समवन है सेंटेंस के एंड में या फिर आप ऐड कर सकते हैं, अगर नहीं भी है देन इट इज पैसिव. अगर नहीं है, अगर नहीं ऐड कर सकते देन इट इज एक्टिव. अंडरस्टूड मंजू?
Yes, ma'am, I well understood. But my question is here: whenever we speaking terms, when I am speaking something, at that moment I could not understand whether I should speak in passive or active voice.
Okay, that is what you are asking. Okay, so
Because
when we are speaking,
because
yes,
of, ma'am, when we have a written material in front of me, I can easily understand the there is auxiliary verb in a third form, then easily understand. But when we speaking time, we get confused. That's the
right, right. I understood your question. Absolutely correct, Manju. So what you have to understand is when we are speaking, we hardly use any passive sentences. Passive voice जो है वो speaking में बहुत कम use होता है, like very less, right? Especially in certain situations when we want to omit the subject. Okay, so especially in certain situations when we want to omit the subject, then we are using the passive voice. जब हम subject का इस्तेमाल नहीं करना चाहते हैं, तभी हम passive voice का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. For example, if I say, I gave an example, I think yesterday, कि he has been suspended. He has been suspended में मैं स्कूल का स्कूल को आई डोंट वांट टू मेंशन द स्कूल बेसिकली, ओके, मैं स्कूल का मेंशन नहीं करना चाहती हूँ कि किसने उसे सस्पेंड किया, ये मैं नहीं बताना चाहती हूँ। ओके, इन दिस काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन, जबकि मैं नहीं बताना चाहती हूँ कि किसने ये काम किया है, या फिर मैं डायरेक्टली इंडिकेट करना चाहती हूँ, नाम लेकर नहीं बताना चाहती हूँ, इन दैट केस वी आर यूजिंग पैसिव वॉइस। यस शबाना, डू यू हैव अ क्वेश्चन?
Yes, ma'am.
ये शबाना बताइए।
I want to ask this question, ma'am. Why, मैम मैम जब हम पैसिव वॉइस बनाते हैं तो उसका मीनिंग क्या हो जाता है सब कुछ मतलब सेंटेंस का?
में बोलिए, मुझे थोड़ा सामने का सुनाई नहीं पड़ा, फिर से कैन यू जस्ट रिपीट इट?
मैम जब हम पैसिव वॉइस बनाते हैं एक्टिव वॉइस से पैसिव वॉइस, तो उसका मीनिंग क्या हो जाता है सब?
मीनिंग बिल्कुल सेम रहता है शबाना। अगर हम एक्टिव से पैसिव बना रहे हैं तो मीनिंग, मतलब जो है सेंटेंस का, वो बिल्कुल सेम रहेगा। अगर मैं बोलूं आई एम ईटिंग एन आइसक्रीम, एंड अगर मैं बोलूं आइसक्रीम इज बीइंग ईटन बाय मी, दोनों का मतलब बिल्कुल सेम है। ओके, जस्ट
Yes,
जो इम्पोर्टेंस है वो चेंज हो रहा है। यहाँ पर आई पर ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस है, आई एम ईटिंग एन आइसक्रीम, ओके, आई पर ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस है। बट व्हेन आई से आइसक्रीम एंड आइसक्रीम इज बीइंग ईटन बाय मी, आइसक्रीम पे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस है, क्योंकि आइसक्रीम हमारा सब्जेक्ट बन गया सेंटेंस का। ओके शबाना, दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एक्टिव एंड पैसिव। मतलब में कोई अंतर नहीं होता है, मतलब हमारा सेम रहता है। ओके
मैम।
यस राघवेंद्र बताइए, डू यू हैव अ क्वेश्चन?
Yes, ma'am.
यस राघवेंद्र बताइए।
Yes. Yesterday there was one sentence, ma'am. Do you know her?
डू
Do
यू
you know her?
डू यू नो हर? ओके, डू
Know
यू,
her. The answer is she known by you?
यस इट इज शी नोन बाय यू?
Why
Yes,
can't we write she known to, ma'am?
we can write that, you know, you can write is she known to you, and that will also be correct, just in this case, however. Okay,
When we have to use to, ma'am, is there any particular rule for that, ma'am?
yes, see, if I write is she known by you, and if I say is she known to you, there is a slight difference in meaning. Okay, Raghavendra, you see, in this sentence, is she known by you? When we say she is known by me, it basically means that we have a cordial relationship, that she also knows me and I too know her. Okay, so the relationship or the knowing part of knowing is mutual. It's coming from both sides. If I say I know Raghavendra, it means you know me and I also know you. That is when we are using by. But if I know, if I say is she known to you, it means it is not mutual. The knowing is not mutual. I only know about you. So if I say Raghavendra is known to me, it basically means I know Raghavendra, but Raghavendra doesn't know me. Understood? So it can also be used for topics. Is this topic known to you? Is this poem known to you? Right? So what does that mean? Do you know this poem? Okay, understood, Raghavendra.
Yes, ma'am.
There is a slight difference using by and to. By basically means mutual knowing, and you, if you're using to, then it just means one-sided. You just know that person, or you have heard about that person. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Ananya, do you have a question? Okay.
Oh, ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Ananya, I think you have joined from two devices. You can log out from one, I think. Then you will hear better.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Karthik, do you have a question? I can see you're unmuted.
Actually, ma'am, a few days back, we had a discussion about one sentence, like she cares for her rabbit. So I
She
found
cares for her rabbit. Yes.
yeah, I found the solution for this question. Actually, here,
Bataiye.
care for is a phrasal verb, and this phrasal verb takes an object.
Yes.
So that's the reason we are able to change it into passive.
Who cares
Okay.
for is a phrasal verb.
Yeah, care for something. So
Oh,
after care for,
right.
after
Correct,
care for,
correct.
we need to add something.
Absolutely correct. So basically, then, here she is the subject, cares for is the verb, and her rabbit is the object.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Right?
Yes.
Yes, correct. So her rabbit is cared for by her. Absolutely correct. Thank you so much, Karthik. I
No.
tried finding out, but I couldn't. I didn't get any answer to that question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Chali, any other questions? Any other
And
doubts, guys?
also one
Yes.
more thing, ma'am. To some students, they're asking some doubts. Ma'am, if they read the structures, then they don't get any such doubts.
Yes, थोड़ा अच्छे से like go through the structures that I'm giving very well. Like go through the examples as well. You will see I am using the same sentence in different structures. So what happens when we are using the same sentence? It becomes much more clear, right? How to use.
For tenses and
Yes.
active and passive voice, we need to learn the structures.
Absolutely, absolutely. Structures are very important. The entire this thing. Please take screenshots, guys, and अच्छे से structure समझिए and look at the examples as well. Examples are also very important. Okay. All right. So let's move on to our past tense then. And as I was saying, just remember that present tense passive sentences, whether it be simple present, present continuous, or present perfect. The difference between present tense passive sentences and past tense passive sentences is only the auxiliary. सिर्फ और सिर्फ auxiliary का difference है. In present tense passive sentences, auxiliary is in present tense. In past tense passive sentences, auxiliary is in past tense. No other difference. So एक आप structure याद रखेंगे, आप दोनों easily कर पाएंगे. Okay. So we will come to our first past tense structure, that is simple past tense, right? So see, the same thing is being used. एकदम same formula है, कुछ difficult है ही नहीं इसमें. So the sentence is something like, what was the sentence? Jack has eaten an apple. So Jack ate an apple. This is our past tense, right? हमारा simple past tense है Jack ate an apple. So इसमें आप देख सकते हैं subject है Jack. Ate is our V2. V2 means verb का second form, right? Past form, past tense of the verb, simple past. Object and apple, right? Simple sentence है हमारा past tense पे. Simple past tense. How are we changing it into past passive? We are using object, was or were. Auxiliary change हो गया. Is, am, are जो था हमारा present tense में वो बन गया was or were. The is, am, are in the simple present tense became was or were. The rest of the structure is unchanged. See, V3 by plus subject, right? So if I write this sentence in passive, it will be object and apple. Then was or were. And apple is singular. So was. V3. Ate ka V3. Eat, ate, eaten. So V3 is eaten, then by, and then subject. Who was the subject here? Jack. Simple. The sentence becomes an apple was eaten by Jack. Understood, guys? This is how you make simple past tense sentence. This is declarative sentence. If I want to make this declarative into negative declarative, what will I do? I'll just add a not. यही sentence लेंगे. Jack, sorry, I will add did plus not, right? Did not eat an apple. Jack did not eat an apple, right? This is the past tense of the sentence. We know how to make a past tense declarative sentence, right? And negative as well. So subject Jack, did not V1. We are using V1 because we have already used did. The auxiliary is already showing us the past tense. So eat, object, and apple. If you have done tenses with me, you already know how the structure is working, right? Now, if I want to make this into a passive sentence, what will we start with? Object. What is the object? An apple. Then was or were. Again, the apple is singular, so we will use was. Then we are using not. Then again V3. In passive, we are always using V3. So eaten, then by the subject. Who was the subject? Jack. Simple. An apple was not eaten by Jack. Clear, guys? Declarative sentence in past tense and negative declarative in past tense. Are these two clear? Any questions? बताइए. कोई doubts है, कोई questions है, please ask.
No, ma'am.
Okay, okay, very nice. चलिए, now that you have understood the Ananya, please mute yourself. I can hear myself. Okay, so now that you have understood the declarative, let us make solve a few questions from declarative. Okay, छोटे छोटे questions है, it's not much. Yes.
I'm also ask interrogative questions.
Yes, once we discuss, I'll ask. Just let's quickly do a few of these. Okay, let's do these. The last few are a little not difficult, a little tricky. Okay. Chiliye. We will start with the first person. Anamika, would you like to try? She sang a song. Simple, right?
Yes, ma'am.
She sang a song. बताइए.
A song was sung by her.
A song was sung
by
by her. Absolutely correct. बहुत अच्छे अनामिका. Absolutely correct. Yes. Deepak, are you there? Okay. Dipali, बताइए. Would you like to try, Dipali?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Somebody
बताइए.
hit me. I was hit by somebody.
Very good. I was hit by somebody. Okay. ये जो by somebody है, because this person is not specified. हमें नहीं पता है कि exactly कौन सा person है. So this by somebody is not needed in the sentence. So आप passive बना सकते हैं just by saying I was hit. Okay, Dipali, very good, very
Yes,
good, well
ma'am.
done. And all the three forms of hit are hit. Hit, hit, hit. It doesn't change,
Yes.
right? Very good, Dipali. Chaliye, after Dipali, we have Isha. Yes, Isha, would you like to try?
Sometimes
Yes.
by somebody is also important, no?
Yes,
For
ma'am.
example,
Ma'am, part
the
was
son comes from
student
school.
One second, Isha. One second, Isha. Yes, Karthik. When the someone,
If a child comes from school and he has some kind of bleeding on his face, then if his mother asks what happened, I was hit by somebody, then he can say no.
I was hit by someone, he would say, and he can, in the passive way, say, I was hit. Right? Yeah, it is not definitely unnecessary, but depending on the context, you can remove the by somebody or by someone if that person is non-specific and unimportant to the sentence or the context, just as you said. Okay,
Because
it's not. Yes.
if he only says I was hit, again the mother asks, no, who hit you?
Right, absolutely. Maybe the kid was not hit by someone, it was something that hit him. Right, it can also be the context, right? But yes, when the subject is not specific, you can drop out the agent. So if we are using someone, somebody, a boy, a man, you can drop out that subject if that is not important to the context in which you are speaking.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
very nice, Kartik. Yes, Isha, bataiye next one. We stopped the bus.
Ma'am, bus was stopped by ma'am. V का change, how to change in V, ma'am?
We think हम
V.
हमारे
I
द्वारा, by us,
the car was
by us.
oh
The
the car
bus was stopped by
us.
us, right?
Yes.
We, our, us.
We are
We,
us.
our, us. Remember, we is the accusative, nominative case.
Yes.
Our is the possessive case, and us is the accusative case of the first person plural. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Very nice, Isha. Absolutely correct. Chaliye. After Isha, we have Kartik. Yes, Kartik, bataiye. A thief stole my car.
My car was stolen by a thief.
Very good. My car was stolen by a thief. Absolutely correct. Okay. After Kartik,
I
we
think,
have
ma'am, here we can drop thief, no? Because only thieves only steal something, no?
absolutely. You can definitely drop it. You can say my car was stolen. Of course, a thief will steal the car, right? Very good, Kartik. Yes. After Kartik, we have Krishna Reddy. Yes, Krishna Reddy, would you like to answer?
He was.
They didn't let him go.
Yes,
They
ma'am.
didn't let him go. It's a little tricky.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll
He
help. Very nice. Okay, he
he was
was
he was he was let
he
he
was
was
let.
let them. He was not let them
Okay, very close. He was not let
by them.
go by them. Okay,
Them.
he was not let go by them. I'll explain why this is happening. You see, we were talking about phrasal verbs, right? Phrasal verb में क्या होता है? Phrasal verb में एक verb होता है, उसके साथ एक preposition होता है, right? There is a verb and a preposition in our phrasal verb. Okay, so this let plus go is our phrasal verb. It is a phrasal verb. So you have to identify that. So when we are making it into passive, these two parts will come together and become let go. So the sentence is something like this. They is the subject, him is the object. Okay. Let go, let and go. This is the verb. And this is did plus not. Did is the auxiliary verb and not is the negative verb. Okay. So if you try and arrange the sentence, it has the same exact structure you will see. Him, object becomes our subject, he. Then we have our was. I have already told you that we will use a was. Not. After that, we are using not. Instead of did, we are using what? And then not. Then we are using the main verb, let go. And then by, and then they becomes them. The subject becomes the object. Understood? Same formula, just the sentence is a little tricky because it is using a phrasal verb, right? Good, very good, Krishna Reddy. Okay, after Krishna Reddy, then we have, yes, Z?
In this particular sentence, we cannot change go with went.
No,
They are
not at
gone.
all. No, you see, phrasal verbs, they do not change tense. They can, but here you do not need to change. He was
Okay,
not
ma'am.
let go by them.
I
Okay,
mean,
so
rabbit example, care word change it to cared. But here, all the forms of let is let only. That's why it's not changing.
Yes, exactly. Oh, right. Yes. Okay. So absolutely correct. So let has all the three forms are let, so you don't have to change. Understood. But if I make a sentence like,
She
uh,
cared. She cares for her
she cares for her rabbit, right? You will change care. You will make it into the rabbit was cared for by her, or the rabbit is cared for by her. There you are changing the tense. Understood? See, it is because let does not have another tense. Like it of course has, but the form is same. Let. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
very nice. Okay, chaliye. So after this we have, after Krishna Reddy we have Manju. Yes, Manju, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Manju, बताइए. She didn't win the prize.
The prize was not won. The prize was not won
Very good. By
by her.
by her. Very good. Absolutely
Her.
correct. बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही Manju. Absolutely correct. The prize was not won by her. Very good. Okay. After Manju, then we have
Ma'am,
yes.
my question is, which we have, ma'am, please, cursor, proper. I am not reading properly. He was not let go for them, by them.
By them. He was
Isn't
not
it, ma'am?
let go by them. Okay. He
Yes,
was
ma'am.
not let go by them.
After let go,
Yes.
go go itself, now in this sentence, play the part as a preposition.
Go here is let go. I think so. But can go work as preposition? Not really. But this is a
No,
phrasal verb.
he
Okay,
was,
let go is a phrasal verb. I know. One second. This is a good question. Let me check.
because let three forms are the same, and go, what works go in this sentence? Go as a adjective or what?
No, it's not an adjective for sure. Part of speech. One second.
Karthik can.
Let go is a verb. Okay.
Okay.
The secretary didn't work out. It is a phrasal verb, is a series of two verbs. It is not phrasal verb, even though it may deceive you into thinking it is. It is not the subject of the same rules and transformations which are possible for phrasal. Okay, so this is not exactly a phrasal verb because this is made up of two verbs. Okay, it functions more or less like a phrasal verb, but it is not exactly a phrasal verb. Understood, Manju?
Yes, ma'am.
So go is not a preposition. It is also a verb. Let is also a verb. Go is also a verb. Both of them together are working kind of as a phrasal verb. But it is not exactly a phrasal verb. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. All
Good
right.
morning.
Yes. Good morning, Nemi Chand. How are you? Long time.
I am fine, ma'am. What about you, ma'am?
I'm also fine. We are doing active and passive voice, past tense. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Chaliye.
Good morning,
Very
ma'am.
nice.
Good
Good
morning,
morning.
ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning, Abhay. How are you?
Yes, ma'am. I am good, ma'am. How about you, ma'am?
I'm also good.
Not good, ma'am. I am. Uh, I am
You're
not feeling well. I am ill, ma'am.
why? What happened, Abhay? Because of the heat?
I have illness, ma'am.
Because of
Tabiyat
the
kharab
heat? Because of hot the weather?
hai. I am suffering from fever from
Oh,
2
from
days.
fever. Maybe
Yes.
because of the weather change. इतना ज़्यादा मतलब
Yes.
कभी इतनी गर्मी हो जाती है, कभी इतनी like it starts raining and the entire weather completely cools down. Because
Yes,
of
ma'am.
that maybe. Right?
sometime cold, sometime very hot.
Yes. Because of that only, even in the morning, I was feeling a little ill. Abhay, please take care. You could have taken rest. आप join नहीं भी करते तो चलता, right? Take care, take rest.
Yes.
I
Get
want
well
to
soon.
suggest. Hello,
Yes,
ma'am. I
yes,
want to
Manju.
suggest something tips to keep away from heat wave. Everyone should take a raw food instead of cooked food.
Right,
If
salads, right?
one can save yourself, maximum 8 salad, ma'am. Like raw food in the sense vegetables like tinda, ghia, gajar, tomato,
Right.
kira.
So basically, salads and smoothies. Have salads and
Yes,
smoothies. It will help, right?
yes. That's why one can easily overcome this heat wave.
Absolutely correct. Like have lots of that also. Kira. It really helps. It cools down your body.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely
you.
correct. Abhay, please take care. Get well soon. And if it
Yes, ma'am.
persists, go and get checked by a doctor. I think that's the best thing to do. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Chaliye. So Neha, are you there? Would you like to answer the next one?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
बताइए. Good morning. बताइए. Did they? No. Okay. They didn't make their beds. They didn't make their
She did.
beds.
They their beds was not made by them.
Their beds were not. Okay, because it is plural. Beds is plural. Their beds
Were
were
not
not made
made
by.
made by them.
Absolutely correct. Their beds were not made by them. Very good, Neha. Okay.
Thank you.
After Neha, then we have Nemichan. Would you like to try? I know you joined just now.
Okay, ma'am.
Try कीजिए बताइए. We did
We
not
did
eat
not
the
eat
pies.
the pieces
The pies.
were the pies were not eaten by us.
Very good. Very good. The pies were not eaten by us is absolutely correct, Nemichan. Okay. After Nemichan, we have Preeti. Yes, Preeti, would you like to try the next one?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes. बताइए Preeti. He killed the
The
spider
money.
in the room. Sorry, they borrowed the
Hello,
money.
ma'am.
Yes, they borrowed the money. Preeti, बताइए.
The money was borrowed by them.
Borrowed by them. Very good. The money was borrowed by them. Very good, Preeti. Raghavendra, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Raghavendra. Tell me the next one. He killed the spider in the room. He killed the spider in the room.
The spider in the room was killed by him.
Very good. The spider in the room was killed by him. Very good. Absolutely correct, Raghavendra. Yes, Shailendra, बताइए next one. Sam and San threw away all the chocolates.
All the chocolates were threw away by Sam and Sam.
Threw away नहीं होगा. Threw will change into all the
Were thrown
chocolates
away. Were thrown away.
were very good. Were thrown away by
Sam and
Sam. Sam. Absolutely correct. Right? Thrown away. So again, this here, thrown away, ya threw away, ya throw away. This is a phrasal verb. Throw, verb plus away. Preposition, right? So when we are changing it, only the verb part will change. So threw become thrown, right? Very good, Shailendra. Absolutely correct. Okay, after Shailendra, then we yes, Sumit.
It can't be used like instead of Sam and San.
Yes, बताइए instead of Sam and Sam.
Instead, can't be used like them.
Not really. If you're changing into passive voice, if you say them, you are not making it clear to the listener who them is, right? सोचिए Sam and San आपके बच्चे हैं. There are 4 kids. You have 4 kids. Only 2 kids have thrown away the chocolate. So if you're telling someone, they might not understand what them is. They might think all your 4 kids. But you have to specify that only these 2 kids were involved in the action. Okay.
We can only change the case. We cannot change the words.
Right. You can only change the voice. Yes.
We can change the case.
Yes, we can only change the case, but
Suppose if
not
I have
the
two kids only, then
even then, if you're changing from active to passive, then Sumit, you cannot change the meaning of the sentence in any way. Okay, you cannot change the noun in any way. देखिए, अगर हम if we are using pronoun, then we are changing the case of the pronoun, right? They is becoming them, I is becoming me, we is becoming us, she is becoming her. But when we are using nouns, Sam and San are not pronouns, they are nouns. We are going to use the same noun. We will not change them into pronouns. Okay? Understood, Sumit?
Yes.
So always
Yes.
remember this. We can change the case of the pronoun, but not a noun. Okay. Chaliye. Very nice. Okay. Shailendra. After Shailendra, we have Seema. Yes, Seema, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Bataiye, Seema. The train broke the chains.
Yeah. The chains were
Very good. The chains were
broken by the train.
By the train. Very good. Very good. Okay, I want to make another sentence and I want you to change this.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, who is this? Ananya?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I
Batai.
can give the answer.
Okay, Ananya, you can answer the next one. Just wait a second. The arrival of the train broke the chains. Ananya, tell me, what do you think this will be? The arrival of the trains. The arrival of the train broke the chains.
Ma'am, chains are broken.
Yes. Okay, Ananya, just wait a second. I'll give you another sentence. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay. After Seema, we actually had Soumya. Soumya, are you there?
Yes.
Soumya, can you tell me what will be the passive of this sentence? The arrival of the train broke the chains.
Ma'am, the chains were broken due to the arrival of the train.
The chains were broken. See, the sentence is not correct, but it is not quite passive. Okay, so you will be using by, not due. The chains were broken by the arrival of the train. Okay, so your sentence definitely makes more sense, but this is the actual passive. Why are we writing this in this form? Why I wanted to show you is because of Sumit's question as well. See here, the arrival of the train, the entire thing is working as the subject. The entire phrase is working as the subject. Okay, it is a noun phrase that is working as the subject. That is why we will treat the entire phrase as the object of the passive sentence. पूरा का पूरा जो phrase है उसको उठाकर हम object बना देंगे. Okay. Yes. Ananya, can you answer the next one? The door hit me in the face. The door hit me in the face. This is also a little difficult. Okay. After Soumya, then we have Sashikant, would you like to answer? Okay, Urvi bataiye. Yes, Urvi. The door hit me in the face.
Yes, ma'am. I was hit. Ma'am, we will use hit. Okay,
yes.
Hit.
No, hit. I was hit.
I was hit by the door in the face.
Okay, I was hit in the face by the door. Both are correct. Okay. Both are correct. Very good, Urvi. Yes, Z, bataiye the last one. She did not put the cake down.
The cake was not put down by her.
Very good. Very good. The cake was not put down by her. Can you tell me, Z, why you have said put down together?
Ma'am, because it's a phrasal verb, I think.
Right,
Both.
exactly. Put and down, these are the phrasal verbs, right? So we will put them together in the passive voice. Very good, very good, Z.
Ma'am,
Just like let go.
Yes, yes. Karthik, do you want to say something?
Ma'am, I think on your face is appropriate, no? Instead of in your face.
The door hit me on my face, in the face. No, in the face is correct. I know this, but why I have no idea. The door hit me in my face.
Because face is the outer side of our body, no? Like it's not mouth or teeth, no?
The door hit me in the face. The door hit me on the face. It is in, but I don't know why. The door hit me in the face.
Oh, ma'am, now I am available.
Okay, Ananya, tell me. He ate all. He ate 5 chocolates. Can you translate this into passive? He ate 5 chocolates.
The 5 chocolates are eaten by him.
5 chocolates. See, it is past tense, right, Ananya? So are is present tense. What is the past tense of are?
Ma'am, 5.
Ma'am, share please screen.
Yes, I'm sharing. Once. Karthik, I'll look at it. Okay, I'm not getting any answer right now. But I think it is in the face. Okay, it is kind of like an expression. He got hit in the face.
Ma'am, we can't change like the door.
My face was hit by the door.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
No. You cannot say that. The entire subject is changing, right?
Okay.
Okay. But Ananya,
But
he ate
meaning
5
is same,
chocolates.
ma'am. I think meaning is same.
Ma'am, the 5 chocolates are eaten by him.
5 chocolates were eaten by him. Okay, Ananya. When you are using past tense, you are using were. 5 chocolates were eaten by him. Very good, Ananya. But this is past tense, so we will use were. If it were present tense, then we would have used are. Okay? Clear, Ananya? And Z, you cannot say my face was hit by the door. Okay? The meaning is changing. When you are changing from active to passive voice, what you have to remember is meaning change nahi hona chahiye sentence ka. All right.
Ma'am, I'm not said these words.
Sorry, someone asked, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I got
Anamika, sorry, yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
Anamika, the meaning should not change. Okay, meaning nahi change hona chahiye. So it will still be I was hit in the face by the door. And you know, hit in the face is kind of an expression. Karthik. Okay. So like maybe research about it a little bit and let me know. Okay, chaliye. So we are done with declarative sentences from the simple past tense. I hope there is no doubt. If there is, please let me know. We will quickly look at the interrogative sentence. Okay.
Yes,
So we know how to make interrogative sentence in past tense. Yes or no alternative questions. Yes. Did he? Sorry, did not he? Our subject is Jack, right? Did Jack eat an apple? So this is our question in the past tense. Did Jack eat an apple? Say did, subject, Jack, V1, right? Because did is already portraying the tense of the sentence, that is past tense, right? So our main verb, our action verb will be in the bare infinitive form, the base form, V1. Eat, object, and apple, right? Did Jack eat an apple? Now, how do we change this into past passive? Very simple. We use the formula.
Was an apple eaten by Jack?
Correct. Was an apple eaten by using the object of the active sentence, which is functioning as the subject, obviously. So was an apple, V3 of the verb, main verb, eaten by the subject. Who is the subject? Jack, right?
Jack.
So yes, correct. So the answer is was an apple eaten by Jack. If you look at these kind of subjects and if you look at the structure of the sentences, you will see only the auxiliaries was or were is being changed from present to past. If you take the present form and if you compare it with the past, only the auxiliary part is changing, right? So we will just quickly look at the fourth style that we have been discussing till now, that is who ate. This is the structure, right? Who? So 8 is our V2 and the apple is our object, right? So who is basically functioning as the subject of the sentence. Correct? So what will be the passive of this? Who wants to try? Bataiye. Yes, Karthik?
By whom?
By whom? Who was?
Was the apple eaten?
Was or were?
Was
an
the apple
apple.
eaten?
So object, an apple.
Was an apple eaten?
Eaten. So V3.
V3.
Very good. Very good. Absolutely correct. So we are writing by whom was an apple eaten. Okay. An apple is the object, right? So let us make a sentence. Who ate an apple? And our sentence is by whom was an apple eaten? Okay. So this is our fourth form, fourth structure. All right. Is this clear, guys? Any questions till here? Any doubts? Tell me.
Yes,
is the interrogative form clear? Yes, Manju?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear?
I well clear.
When did you eat an apple? Where did you eat an apple? Why did
but-
you eat an apple?
Yes, Karthik, one second. Yes, yes, Abhay.
Ma'am, Jack ate an apple. Change passive.
An apple was eaten by Jack.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, देखिए Abhay.
An interrogative starting from was.
Yes. Did Jack eat an apple? Did Jack eat an apple? Interrogative, active voice, past tense. Was an apple eaten by Jack? Interrogative, passive voice, past tense. Okay, Abhay.
Yes,
अभय और एक चीज याद रखिए कि प्रेजेंट में हमने जो स्ट्रक्चर सीखा था वही स्ट्रक्चर है. चेंज क्या हो रहा है पैसिव में? सिर्फ ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब चेंज हो रहा है, सिर्फ ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब. देखिए इसीलिए यहाँ पर लिखा भी है ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब वाज और वर, सिर्फ वही चेंज हो रहा है. सेम स्ट्रक्चर है प्रेजेंट का, पास्ट का, पैसिव वॉइस सेम स्ट्रक्चर. ओके अभय?
yes ma'am.
Yes, Manju was saying something. Yes, Manju, बताइए. Okay, all right. So yes, Karthik, बताइए, when did Jack eat an apple?
Yeah, when did Jack eat an apple? When was the apple eaten by Jack?
When was an apple eaten by Jack? Absolutely correct. Okay, बिल्कुल सही. Okay.
How did the Jack eat an apple?
Yes, someone else try. Yes, Anamika, बताइए, how did Jack eat an apple? What will be the passive? How did Jack eat an apple? What will be the passive? Okay, Dipali, would you like to try? Yes, Raghavendra.
How an apple was eaten by Jack.
How an apple?
How was an apple eaten by Jack?
Correct. You are forgetting the was, Dipali. Was is the most important part, right? Very good,
No,
very
ma'am,
good,
what I
Raghavendra.
said, how
An apple eaten by Jack.
Was
Or you said?
how an apple was eaten by Jack. I said.
Yes. So how an apple was eaten by Jack? क्यों नहीं होगा? Because in interrogative, I told you the auxiliary verb always comes before the subject, right?
How
So
was
Jack
an
is
apple?
right. So subject is our apple. So how was an apple eaten by Jack? How was an apple eaten by Jack? Very good. Very good. Good work,
One
Dipali
doubt,
and
ma'am.
Raghavendra. Yes, Karthik.
Whose apple was eaten by Jack? Like how to change this?
Whose
Apple was
apple
eaten by Jack.
eaten by Jack? You know, that day I was not able to come up with the word whose apple. Here, whose basically means
Possessive.
no,
Possessive.
not possessive, not possessive. It is in adjective, right? It is the again I forgot.
You're saying
Uh,
interrogative adjective.
Interrogative adjective, right? It is the interrogative adjective, right? Whose apple? So whose is basically working as a part of apple, right? So whose apple? The entire thing is working as the uh, subject.
As one.
Yes, and you have given the passive only,
Yes, ma'am. I
Karthik.
want to know the active.
So the active will be whose apple did Jack eat? Okay, it's a little confusing, I know, but see, look at the structure, it's the same. Whose apple did Jack eat? Here we are using Jack subject, did auxiliary. You see, in questions we always use did in the past tense. Eat V1. See, same thing. V1 is used as the main verb, right? And whose apple? This is the object. In this case, what is happening is the object is coming before the subject. That's it, nothing else. Okay. And again, when you are making it into the passive form, whose apple? Subject. It is functioning as the subject. Was, of course, instead of did, we are using auxiliary was. So you can see was is used and apple is the subject. Eaten, B3 is used just like this and by Jack. Okay, that is the object. Understood, Karthik?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so we will stop here for today. And I will be continuing with a little bit more of the past simple and then past continuous. And we have to do more exercises. Okay, guys? And we will do all this in tomorrow's 11 a.m. class. So today I'll see you guys at 6